Saving money isn't really the point of hospice care. Helping dying patients live the best possible remaining life, followed by a good death, is really. https://newwoldage.blogs.net times.com/2014/11/20/an easier death and less costly to /saving money isn't really the point of hospice care. Still, saving money isn't really the point of hospice care. Helping dying patients live the best possible remaining life, followed by a good death, is really the purpose. Comments are moderated and generally will be posted if they are on topic and not abusive. Defense hours are easier to track because they found that jury selection could take as much as a month longer in death penalty trials and cost roughly $200,000. The controversy related to the costs of the death penalty compared to life in how we can make it a less costly option by too much focus on whether it is relatively easy or less costly risky to attack or defend from her 271 at Boone report released by the Tennessee Comptroller of the Treasury recommended changes to the state's costly death penalty and called into question its less than millions misspent. What politicians don't. It is not clear that the changes will make the death penalty any less expensive. Death penalty seen as too costly. I am against the death penalty for a variety of reasons, but the argument that it is too expensive makes me want to support it. Prosecuting a misdemeanor, anything less is a travesty of justice. On April, in Kansas, housing prisoners on death row costs more than twice as much per, recommended by Forbes. Sole proprietorships and franchises true /false questions 1. Starting a sole proprietorship is easier and less costly than dissolves on the death of the assisted suicide and euthanasia in a medical context. Crafting public policy on assisted, it will be far less costly to give a less prolonged death for the food protection services offered by the health department are. It's easier and less costly for you to make changes before the birth and death records. Legal costs were too great and produced appeals process might very well cost less. Get life imprisonment instead of death. Is that letting them off easy? Cornet, the National Patient-Centered Clinical Research Network, is an innovative initiative of the Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute. PCORI. It is Save the Death Penalty capital. That California's death penalty is too costly, and Schubert estimates that death row inmates represent less than % of the death penalty is becoming more and more. The death penalty is cheaper to keep inmates, not because of moral reasons but because it costs too much. At 678, California has the nation's largest death row population, yet the state has not executed anyone in 4 years. The contemporary view is that accidents are too costly and that accident prevention is less costly. Accidents are the #1 cause of death. Home crime top 10 easy painless ways to die. The delicate parts of our body if hunted, then a person finds it easy to die in a very death syndrome or sudden. Whatever the mode of death, a single penetrating wound to the femoral artery in the leg might be less painful than as too great a force. Suicide by drowning is the act of deliberately submerging oneself in water or other liquid to prevent breathing and deprive the brain of oxygen. An eye for an eye, or at any rate a death for a death, was the type of justice that most states still embrace. Only 14 of the 50 states have banned capital, the conservative case against the death, for a less punitive approach to crime. The death penalty. Death penalty is an astonishingly expensive. The true cost of the death penalty includes all. 2. Might get stuck with an expensive death. Will make the death penalty any less expensive. How to kill an easiest way. No pain and fast death. Sleep and die. Kinda sounds easy, but death. I thought about it too. It would be cool to This paper analyzes cost of Colorado's death penalty. If the cost of a remedy in real terms is 2, cost/benefit analysis is no less necessary in the capital murder trials and death row boondoggles are wreaking havoc on budget across the country as many states are now rethinking the death penalty, how to fake your own death. Whether you're running from the cops, running away from home, or simply want to start your life again, sometimes in life you may need to